I would like to welcome you to this presentation on Animoto to use in its classroom. While Animoto is essential technology at the heart of changing education in our system, the methodology used with Animoto is also innovative and worth incorporating into our classroom. Throughout this presentation, I hope to convince you that this change is what we need to help our students achieve more in terms of content and technical skills that will help them in the future. First, Animoto was developed in 2005 by the same producers from some of television's most popular networks, such as MTV, Comedy Central, and ABC. The idea was simple: develop the technology that will be allowed to the common person to create videos from pictures, video clips, and audio clips. The website was released in 2007. Animoto has experienced tremendous growth throughout the last 7 years. In 2008, they released Animoto for Education that specialized in use of the Animoto software to produce educational videos. This is the main focus of our presentation today. To give you an idea of the success of Animoto, by 2009, they had 1 million registered users. Since the development of the mobile app, the number has grown exponentially. When an innovation hits the market, it progresses through 4 important steps on its way to full adoption. What does that mean for our school system? Our system currently needs to revamp some aspects of the curriculum to ensure that the students become producers of knowledge instead of blank slates that are to be filled with knowledge. In the context of education, the need arose for technology that would allow for students to become producers of information instead of blank slates ready to be filled. While not the only form of technology, Animoto provides students with user-friendly applications to take pictures, videos, and information and produce informational videos. Throughout the world of education, there is a growing demand for students to become producers of information. Traditional thought centered around the student as a blank slate that consumed and absorbed information. However, research suggests that students that are actively engaged in producing information will retain real and meaningful information. As you can see, the answer to this question falls into 4 major categories. After surveying the staff of our school, all 4 answers were repeated over and over again. To meet the needs of our school system, Animoto is a simple-to-use program that incorporates simple, user-friendly characteristics. This covers the first and second concerns listed on the survey results. Animoto is also affordable. There is a free version, but the enhanced version is affordable for most teachers and school systems. The final concern is why I'm here today. Based on the information that will be presented today, you will find information engaging and stimulating that will convince you, as a board, to support the use of Animoto in video production in the classroom. Confucius, the famous philosopher, once said, "I hear and forget, I see and remember, I do and I understand." This quote demonstrates the need to include students in more meaningful instruction and activities to ensure that they understand their learning. Textbook and lecture-driven instruction may allow them to remember the material, but rarely does it create true understanding. Over the next few minutes, I will discuss the academic reasons that prove that this innovation is beneficial to our students' achievement. Integrating video production in the curriculum has the potential to change the teaching and learning process. First of all, video production can increase student engagement and motivation. Using knowledge to create a product goes far beyond the scope of traditional textbook lecture-based instruction. As you can see from the diagram, creating a video also requires students to use higher-order thinking skills. As previously mentioned and supported by the diagram, textbook lecture-based instruction only employs the first and second levels of Bloom's taxonomy skills. However, creating a video would require students to use all the skills mentioned. Undoubtedly, The use of all these skills will lead to increased student achievement. Apart from student achievement, using technology and video applications will improve students' ability to work with technology in an authentic way. The byproduct of this will be generations of students with improved media literacy and less distinct digital divide. In a short survey of teachers in regard to the use of the video technology, specifically Animoto had the varied responses. However, it is easy to see that many of the responses were positive in regards to its use. The 5 most mentioned responses were: teaches real-life technical skills, promotes student creativity, it is user-friendly, promotes higher-level thinking, and it has a free version. These responses are important when developing a plan for integration. Throughout the research process, teachers also expressed concern about using video technology in the classroom. Teachers were worried that teaching students to use the technology would use valuable time needed to teach content standards. Another issue was making sure that the students had enough technology to complete the task at hand. Some specific questions centered around the use of personal videos or whether the school would furnish cameras and equipment. Finally, some teachers mentioned the cost as a possible deterrent to the use of Animoto or video production. The plan to integrate Animoto and the idea of the video production has to be planned and carefully constructed. In an attempt to diffuse this idea and innovation, the system must first see that this product and its benefits will meet a need or a challenge in the system. This is our purpose here today. Once we understand that implementing this innovative idea and technology will have positive and long-term effects on the teaching and learning process, we must identify faculty and staff that are willing to be the first to try this proposed changes. These need to be open-minded teachers that are willing to take risks in incorporating this technology and willing to spend the time to teach the students how to use the technology. This is the point when teachers cannot be required to change if they are not comfortable doing so. Rogers identifies different groups that adopt technology at different rates. This needs to be taken into account and understood. This system will also need to provide resources for those teachers that are willing to be the first to try, and the system also needs to provide resources for those that decide to adopt later. Finally, there needs to be a structure where teachers can interact and discuss the pros and cons of such integration. To ensure that our integration plan is successful, we must find teachers in our system that will foster change. Unfortunately, because of constant teacher interaction, finding a change agent has the potential to accelerate the process or stop it cold in its tracks. Because of the wide variety of staff that we employ in the school system, we are bound to have what Rogers calls innovators and early adopters. These two groups are key to learning about innovations and using their knowledge to help permeate the knowledge throughout the rest of the system. These teachers are those that others look to for novel ideas and changes. Based on Rogers' assertion about the success of an innovation, there are 3 major proponents that favor using Animoto and the video production in our system. First, triability gives the teacher the ability to use the product before making full-scale changes. This is especially the case since the program offers free use. This also leads to overcoming complexity. Rogers asserts that complexity can be a deterrent of technology use before even a person attempts to use it. By providing triability, teachers and staff can use the product to get a better feel for its simplicity and ease of use. Finally, teachers gain a relative advantage over textbooks and lecture-driven instruction. The academic advantages have already been mentioned, but are not the extent of the benefits. In fact, social development and technological development are also improved through the use of video production tools. It is important that this innovation reach critical mass to ensure that we have full integration of this technology and teaching method. Roger asserts that once critical mass has been achieved, the innovation will continue to be used throughout the organization. As I mentioned previously, it is vital to find change agents and champions for this innovation. Because of the very nature of the teaching profession, teachers use social communication to spread new and innovative ideas. This is a part of the overall plan to integrate Enomoto into our system. However, this plan must be comprehensive and include more than simple relying on a few supportive staff to change the climate of the school system. There also needs to be opinion meetings to gauge the support of the staff. This also gives staffs the opportunity to voice concern and alternate plans. Seeking the advice of the faculty would also create a sense of pride and responsibility in part of the plan. There will also need to be trial and training sessions for faculty to participate in. This will serve to ease fears and complexity issues where teachers can immediately write off the program as too difficult to use. Finally, the staff has to be trained on how to effectively use the technology. While I see this technology as something to change the dynamic of teaching, the knowledge of the teacher plays an instrumental part of the success of the technology. After training and some initial use, we will use surveys and forum sessions to gauge success and areas of improvement. This will serve as the time to make changes to the idea. After all the information has been taken into consideration, this final rollout will take place. Based on the information about the product and the plan set forth to integrate the innovation, it is the recommendation of this panel that the system fully commit to the process of using Enomoto as a means to incorporate video production into the school system's curriculum. We understand the challenges that you will face in making this change, but the benefits shown here today show the challenges faced are worth the effort. While this may not seem like an easy task, the plan in place will assure that the teachers have full part in the process and have the opportunity to have input in each step of the way. I ask that you take the information that has been presented and consider adopting Enomoto as a technology that will be used in teaching throughout our school system. Thank you for your time.